Looking at greatness, look at the best. Look at the belt that is under my chest. This is the champ, Champ Creed. You are listening to Brotivation Sports. Brotivation Sports Radio on Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM. Welcome again, and we're going to get right into it. UFC 200, landmark event, T-Mobile Arena, July 9th, Las Vegas. Who will be in the house? I'll be in the house. Will you be in the house? We hope so. Whether you're there or whether you're at home, this is going to be a damn good show. Now that things have been finalized, barring injury, because we know how they have that yellow flag of doom on bloodyelbow.com, which, those are my people from SB Nation Box Media. Look, we already got the big news. It's going to be Brock Lesnar versus Mark Hunt. And we're going to work our way up to that. But this is the segment that we like to call Smart Money. And when it comes to the fight game, listen, some people you bet on football, some people you bet on baseball, you bet on basketball, you bet on hockey. My thing is betting on the fights. And when I'm in Vegas, Brotivation philosophy number 789.3. When you play at the tables, you can win fast, but you can also lose fast. When you bet on the games or the fights, you win slow, you take your money, and you go home. At least that's what works for me. What worked for me, work for me. What worked for you might work for you. I'm no Vegas Dave. Shout out to Vegas Dave, who's cleaning up on the William and Hill sports bet. Man, we will get Vegas Dave on the show. So I said last show we're going to get Mike Tyson on the show. I'm saying on this show we're going to get Vegas Dave. I'm telling you, so when you listen, you can remind me. Going to have some good guests, especially being in the Vegas area. So let's look at the smart money. Here we go. UFC 200, women's bantamweight bout. Kat Zingano versus Juliana Pena. Juliana Pena is plus 145. So if you bet $100 on Juliana Pena and she wins, you get your 100 back plus 145. Now here's the thing, Kat Zingano, scrappy cat. Oh, she's just a scrappy. I'd say that behind Miesha Tate, she's one of the most scrappy, athletic female fighters on the roster. I mean, her agility on a low level, when she changes from low level to high level, those transitions that she makes to put herself in a position not only to defend what you're doing, but to counter. I mean, she's really, really talented. Juliana Pena, she has a little bit of a reach advantage, I believe. Now, mind you, I don't have these stats in front of me. I'm just going off of what I know from what I see. Juliana Pena, her movements aren't as fluid as Kat, but I think that she's stronger than Kat. So when you have someone, it's basically, your matchup is your power versus speed. And whenever you have speed, you got to make sure you have a gas tank to be consistent. When you have power, same thing. You got to make sure that that gas tank is in there to preserve yourself, because, there's going to be times when Juliana swings and Kat isn't going to be there. She might swing, she might throw a right hook, and Kat may be on her back already. That's just how athletically nimble Kat Zingano is. But at plus 145, I don't think you can lose. I think it'll be a tightly contested fight. And I would say that I believe Juliana Pena, even though she's the underdog, I think she has a chance to pull it off for the simple fact that Kat has a lot of ring rust. It's been a minute since she's competed, and it's one thing to work out in the gym. It's another thing to work out in the ring, and the octagon. And, I just think that it's a smart money bet to put it on Juliana Pena, plus 145. You got TJ Dillashaw versus Rafael Asunciao, plus 340. Shit. Oh, y'all gonna have to bleep that out. Plus 345. Nah, TJ Dillashaw, he's hell-bent on proving himself. He's got a lot. Listen, I'm gonna tell you the kind of guy TJ Dillashaw is, right? Now, mind you, like I said, I don't got no stats. I just go from what I see, what I hear. It was one of the Conor McGregor fights, which is an event to itself. Bathroom line, long as hell. waiting online, trying to go. Finally get in the bathroom. I go in the stall, right? Because it's the only thing available. I don't like urinals. Don't like them, never did. I hear $100 to say I've got the biggest cock in the bathroom. Everybody starts laughing. $100. Like, what the fuck? Flush the toilet. I'm like, whoever's doing it, it's funny as hell. It's TJ Dillashaw. Bantamweight TJ Dillashaw offering $100 to a guy in the bathroom that may have a bigger cock than he does. So that shows you the confidence that this guy has. All 135 pounds of TJ Dillashaw. Putting $100 up, betting the guys that he may have been a little bit drunk, who knows, but that's just the type of guy that he is. I say, listen, the word that they would use is cocksure, whatever. It's in the dictionary. Yeah, no puns intended. But yeah, that's TJ Dillashaw for you. So, I think he wins in dominating fashion. I don't even think this goes to that. I think he wins in like 2 rounds. Not anything against Hoffa, but I know TJ's focused. He lost his belt. He wants to get back up there. He's hungry. So no bet on that one. Here's a good one. Jim Miller versus Takanori Gomi. Wow, Gomi's still around. Dave, Takanori Gomi's still hanging around, man. He's been around. Yeah, he's been around for a while, man. And personally, the Fireball Kid has been around a little bit too long. I mean, look, he's a draw, from where he's from in the world. Hardcore fans, they love him. Jim Miller, Jim's had, Jim Miller's the kind of guy, another scrappy guy, where you just know that he's going to be, I guess, a second wave Matt Brown, in the lightweight division. Matt Brown, win 1, lose 1, win 2, lose 1, win 2, lose 2. It's just one of those things where, in the middle of the pack, Jim Miller's at the middle of the pack. Takanori Gomi's a little bit low beneath him, if you want to look at the rankings or who's closer to gatekeeper. Jim Miller just has to string together a couple of victories, and he's right back there in the hunt. This would be big for Takanori Gomi if he can pull off this win, because that boosts him up to, I guess, back to the middle rung of the pack, but not so far where he is now. And Gomi's plus 195. It's not bad. I got the fight being close, but I just have Jim Miller, and I can't put my smart money on the Fireball Kid on this one. Another lightweight bout. Sage Northcutt coming off his devastating loss. Here was, a top prospect. And as I mentioned before, UFC, their whole thing was we promote the best fights. This guy will fight this guy because they're the best fighter. They don't take, into consideration developing an individual's career like boxing promoters do. Because UFC is more like a league, where boxing is the Wild West. A guy like Sage Northcutt, they tried to fast track him. They put the hype train behind him. They put the resources behind him, because trust me, if the UFC wants you to know about a fighter, they'll let you know, and they'll make you know about a fighter. You just have to get in the good graces of, what the agenda is. You have to get in the good graces, and you have to be part of the agenda that they want to push. And Sage Northcutt was definitely part of the agenda of the fighters that they wanted to push. And unfortunately, he ran into some opposition. Barbarito ran into him and, took a L, which happens. Most guys at the upper levels of MMA, you're not going to see a guy that's like, 30-0 or 21. But you will find Jimmy Rivera from New York City. I think he's 19-1. I think he has the longest consecutive win streak in MMA today. That's my homie. We'll have Jimmy Rivera on the show at some point too. So we got Mike Tyson, we got Vegas Dave, we got Jimmy Rivera, right? So that's who I'm telling you who we're gonna have on the show. But Sage Northcutt is a tremendous, and when I say tremendous, he is a tremendous favorite. And the smart money would not be on Enrique Marin at plus 285. I couldn't do it. I'm going with Sage Northcutt on the way, all the way. And on the way will be our first commercial break. So you are listening to Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM, Brotivation Sports, the UFC 200 Smart Money Special. We'll be back after the break.